control that it has over that region right now. We understand why God would send him there. And so all of that is very important to remember. But okay, let's do this. We won't delay anymore. August 22nd, 2010, Detroit, Michigan. Let's have a look.
The Spirit of God says, listen to me. This shall not be a place of slavery. Slavery is a thing of the past. And yet my people are enslaved right now. It is a bondage that has crept into this nation, a dependency. It insults me, says the Lord. It insults me that the dependency on the Almighty has shifted to the dependency on government. What can they offer? Am I impressed with the strength of men's legs? Am I impressed with horses, chariots, as there are so many numbered? Some trust in horses and some trust in chariots. But who will you trust in? I have not left the nations of the earth. They have looked upon my Israel. They have looked upon that little land and said, we want you. And the Lord said, are my promises not clear and evident? That I myself will be the captain of the hosts, the general of the army that will shake the earth. As Iran creeps forward, as Iran comes and says, this shall be the final battle, so I, the Lord, say to you, watch as I display my magnificence. Watch as I display my splendor and prove once again that the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. They have said there are two nations, America and Israel, and we will name them by other names, they have said. Once we have captured them, we will rename them as Daniel was renamed in his captivity. So America shall no longer be called America, and Israel shall be called Ishmael. For the Spirit of God said, dare they insult me? Dare they insult me? Who was it that was placed upon the altar of sacrifice? It was Israel. And therefore God says, I say to you, this day when Abraham took his son, it was for this purpose and for this day that he saw. Therefore I will show you my magnificence, says the Spirit of the Lord. They will come against you, America, and you shall not even need to look. By God says, shall ruin them before they even get to your seashores. I will show you the great display of a tidal wave that shall not come for the judgment of this nation, but for the defense. And God says, I will move into Israel. I will surround them. I will surround them, says the Lord. And suddenly they shall say, what has happened? What has happened to our plans? And for God said, as Israel shall no longer, as they say, Israel shall no longer be called Israel. So God says, America shall be called by no other name, for they will stand together. For God said, the Islamic influence, the Islamic influence, the wickedness that is trying to creep in has succeeded. And God says, thus far and no more. Thus far and no more. Yeah! Thus far and no more. Thus far and no more. Thus far and no more. God says, thus far and no more. God says, thus far and no more. God says, thus far and no more. Russia, you wimp. You double-minded, deceitful, liar. You plan behind their back, smile to their face with your crooked teeth. God said, I will not tolerate this indignity. For it is actually the Spirit of God that they are doing it to. Now the grief has come and the grief shall go, for it has affected my body, my church. The finances have been low, the people have been low. Enough of low, says the Lord. Enough of sorrow, enough of mourning, enough. Now let my rain come to you. In the 4 months, says the Lord, let it come to you. I've begun something that no man has seen, barring a few. For God said it shall come to pass that as they approach subtly, and they say, we have a friend in the White House. They say, we have a friend, those of the Middle East, Syria, Iran, we have a friend. His name is Obama. The Spirit of the Lord said it shall not be so. And unless there is a love, a captivating love from that president, this king that I placed, to speak to America, to teach them a lesson. If there is not an embracing and a love for my Israel, I will remove him. If he would embrace and he would take on the stance that America has stood for all through the years, I will indeed bless this nation in a way that they have never ever seen before. Therefore God says, pray for this president and pray for your nation, that I may come and pour my Spirit out, says the Lord. Strange July, strange July. Strange July, strange July. However, there is an uncovering of great evil. And I will start from the top. I have shaken the Democrats and will shake the Republicans even more. But remember, when these tremors and when these tumultuous moments happen, Summer says, I will take it so that the fall can do its work in America.
And we begin this Sunday morning with the biggest political scandal.
Strange July, there is an uncovering of great evil. And I will start from the top. I have shaken the Democrats and will shake the Republicans even more. But remember, when these tremors and when these tumultuous moments happen, Summer says, I will take it so that the fall can do its work in America.